Hello everyone, it's Ira and I'm still working on the first signature of this field note journal. Today, so I have already made some pieces here. I first of all have finally decided what kind of journal it will be. It will be decorated and it will be big. And at the same time, the decorations, I will try to keep them as flat as possible, as thin as possible. I will use stenciling for that, and I also will use sprays, probably some washi, and paper, tags and things like that, in order not to, no clusters, I mean not big, no big fabric clusters and stuff. Yes. At least now I think so, and we'll see where it'll lead me when I start making the second. But the first is not done yet. I have distressed the edges, as you see. I also have added a couple of more pages, clean pages first of all. And I also, what did I do? I also added some tags somewhere. So the plan now, and I will use washi here and there, washi tape, just to add some feeling, let's say. I think this color will be better. Yes, and as usual with washi, you need to find the beginning, like If I don't, I'll have to take another. Looks like this, yes. So, no, come on, peel off, dear. Don't let me down like right that. As soon as I start filming something goes wrong. Either glue clogs, right? Oh, now the washi doesn't show me the edge. It's strange enough because yesterday I was using it with no problem at all. Maybe that's a part. Well, let's put it aside and take another. You've made your choice, dear. Yeah, this one is much better. Better guy. I think I will add it here, trying to line it up with the edge and rubbing it. Actually, I'd like to have some rub-ons. I love them, and they never peel off or something, and you are always sure they will work perfectly well. Okay, some washi might go here with this color if I find the beginning. Yeah, I do. I think I will have to struggle with that unruly guy off camera and discuss and see what can be done. And that's the way, just to add more interest to it and more texture in terms of pattern. So let's see, here we are. I definitely need something here, and I think it's gonna be this one because it matches the color on this page. Just the point where I should place it. Here, and you cannot see it when you open that, or here, and then it will be visible even if it's closed. You see, initially the plan was to leave this space for writing. Okay, so that's what I wanted, and I forgot to distress the edges. I'll do it now. Not my favorite part, actually, my least favorite part in everything. Just the worst. Binding is only the worst thing, is definitely binding the journals. I mean, the thing I struggle most with. But distressing the edges is just boring, especially if you want to distress all the edges of all the pages in your journal. It can be really long, but it gives such a nice effect to vintage projects that I simply can't sometimes avoid doing that. This is how I distress the edges of something that is already glued, but I believe all of you know this trick. Yeah, it goes this way. Well, here we are. This side is done. Let's see if we can. We should add anything here. Maybe a piece of that, or have anything else here of the same shade. Okay, let's see. It matches a little bit to me. Maybe not very much. Not that. Maybe again this washi just to go here, and I think this one will be better. You know, these washes, they have like vintagey worn paper look, old distressed paper look, and so they can be used for stenciling pretty nicely. So stenciling for layering. You know, I'm just, it's really not easy to do this type of voiceovers. This is why I prefer to put my videos to music more than speaking. But the problem with this music stuff is that you can never know whether it's royalty free or not. And maybe it's copyrighted music, and even if you, like in my previous videos, you remember I used only music which was mentioned or listed by YouTube itself as copyright free. Now, as far as I see, much of it is not anymore. What can we do if we misplace it a little bit? Let's cut it, and then it can be somehow moved a little bit, not very evenly, but as long as we are using it as a layering part, it's just as nice, just to give it more interest again. So yeah, that's the tag I added, and I will use it as a pocket for some insert, but it's gonna be later when I'm done with the decoration of this signature. Let's see what else can be added. So let's do some stenciling. Yeah. I feel I'm gonna use the same old vintage photo distressing, although I have a big collection of something else, of other colors, but in fact looks like I want to try this only. And let me pick my stencils. Here is my stash that I have picked for this one, for this journal. Well, there should be not very big, like this. Probably these trees will go. Okay, and some background stencils like that. Yes, well, I have a few. Let's start using them as they go. But first I need to clean the surface a little bit at least, because it's getting messy all the time. Let's put them here. So let's see, the first page might go well. Let's add some writing as well. As for writing, I'm not sure whether it's this stencil will go well for distressing, because just because like it's too thin. You see, the holes are too thin. Let's see what we get. We get very little, so I'm not going to use it. It's better to use it with pastes. This one will work better. I have already tried it and I think it will give a nice look to everything. I just rub in the ink. I must say that the stencils are pretty thick, and for distressing or for using stencils with inks, it's better to have some thicker one with wider spaces, like the cut out spaces, because if it's too small one, as like I showed before, chances are your distress tool won't go inside. So that's it. That looks pretty. This one needs something for sure because it looks really naked now. And just this time I'm gonna use another kind of stencil. This one is pretty not very thick, and the problem is that actually it's kind of negative stencil, and as the pieces here are very intricate, as you see, tiny and thin, it's moving all the time. So yeah, definitely I might use some washi to fix it, but it won't help because these separate pieces are also supposed to be fixed with your fingers. Not sure what I will get in the end. So with stencils like that have clear edges that cut out the just frame or something, I don't use them at the side, as you see here. I'm using them with like different parts of the stencil, not coming close to the edge, because otherwise to the frame, because it will be very like abrupt in the page. So I use only the middle part. Maybe it will be a little bit too much of ink, but that's what it's supposed to do. And I'm afraid I forgot about the upper edge. But that's not a problem, because I then can move the stencil upwards and continue the page. Let's see what we get. We get something like that. Not the ideal thing, but looks like some natural printing, leaf printing, as you know. So these stencils are better for sprays, not even for pastes. Let's see what else and where else we can add. Maybe here some stuff. Well, and I'm again keep using the right sides of all the pages. Maybe I need to use this one this time. Well, let's try this one. It's again pretty small. I'll take only one flower, or shall I take the whole? I think I will take the whole, because anyway, such type of decoration is perfect, because on the one hand, it doesn't take the space of the page, like you can write over it anyway. On the other hand, it gives more detail. So this one is also pretty intricate, I mean, in terms of the design, but the whole story is more efficient, and it's saved by the thickness of the stencil. It's really thick, so all these pieces, they don't shake, they don't move, and it's very easy to push this tool tightly, and so you get this kind of outline. Let's see where else we can add something. I think here this page needs some organizing, generalizing touch. So with the tree, maybe a piece of a deer. Okay, let's do it. So it goes this way. This comes not that easy. These legs, you know, these are lines of stencil that just peel up. Okay, that's it. I hope. Yeah, that's better, because now you see the page has become more organized. I believe this one asks for something, either for a stamp or a stencil. Maybe I need to add some background stencil here, like this. Oh, that one is obviously very used. I use it very often with mostly acrylic paints, as you see, because it's really good to, and paste, right? Acrylic paste as well. It's one of my favorites for making background because it's thick. There are no details that peel like this plastic. You can safely rub or use your palette knife and or dab it. And that's perfect, I believe. It's just a very nice design. This one, does it need anything? Not sure yet. I don't think we need any stencil in here, but as I see it, I will just add some lines of washi. Now this, so these will match. We have, well, not this bright white, but something whitish and yellowish, but I don't have any shades of pinky, so we'll go without it. So let's peel it off a little bit, and I'll do it the common way, somewhere at the edge of the page, because it's not gonna take too much space. It can work as a decoration and as a margin as well. The edges of this are not very well distressed, as you see. Probably I'll have to add some distress to the edge. Yeah, it shouldn't be too long. It should be shorter than this piece. Move here. Oh, no. Lining of washi is not that easy, because if it's a good washi, it will just stick to the paper, and it will be really hard to take it off. And if the paper is as old as this one and brittle, I believe it's perfect. You see how well it matches now. Yeah, just to distress the edges, and they will be completely in sync. So one signature takes way longer than it was planned, and like 4, 5, 6 signatures if I want it to be a bulk journal will be also quite nice, quite time taking. As you see, making a smaller journal doesn't make any difference in terms of how much time you spend on it, how much enjoyment you get, in fact, because it's all about this. Just the surface is smaller, the size is smaller, but all the tricks are the same, and you still have to you still have to be very inventive. Let's move to the second part of the journal, second side of, because now it's almost naked and it needs something else. Okay, let's see other stencils. In fact, I'd like to show these ones. I'd like to experiment with them, but the problem is that they are sticky. They are for decoupage and for paste. Oh, it's shaking again, sorry. I'm gonna get some technical improvements this month, but not yet. So, and I have already used it on some other project and it worked well. It didn't stick, but this paper is too brittle, so I probably will use it on heavier side to check how it works. I have two. This one is with different flowers, and I think I will start off, not flowers, different plants. I think I will start with this one. Let's peel it off. Whatever I did with it, I did something to it because I'm gonna use it only for paper. I'm not gonna use it for any, at least now. I have no wooden or hard surfaces to use it against, but I'm planning to use it here. So whatever I did to it, I cleaned it with some liquid soap. I mean this sticky surface. I cleaned it with some wet wipes and it didn't work. I just don't know what kind of glue they use, or maybe it's not a glue, it's type of surface of some specific texture they are using so that this plastic starts to stick, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it peels nicely. Good. My bad, I slightly touched the edge, over on the edge. Yeah, it feels good, but not very, not the best what I could get of it. Let's try this, and this time I'm gonna try a bigger image. First, let's fix. Or maybe I have it here as well. I think I will try this one. Okay, this one. It's big, rather big. I keep decorating the corners and the sides of everything, but the middles also make sense. Probably I'll do it for the next spread. Let's see. Oh, it peels. Yeah, oh no, this is what I was afraid of. I will have to cover it with some washi then. Yep. As easy as that. This one would go perfect here, but I still have no idea where it starts. I have to investigate this more. Let's put it aside and keep to something we have already managed to tame. I think I will add just a smaller piece just to fix this imperfection and to add it a shade of something. And what I wanted to use here, it's really sticky. I believe this one, that page was really thinner. I will still use this thick page. And maybe now it's gonna be the whole row of plants, as many as I think I have to take it out, otherwise it will get stuck. Yeah. Maybe even that. Yes, let's do it this way. It's not a problem that it's not very evenly placed here, because it's just a row of plants, and I can stop the color at just the same height, right? then we got this continuous pattern that comes from should be very careful with this mess I have on the table. That's the piece I wanted to use here very much. It's nice. I wonder with all this stuff whether I start doing stamping in this video finally, or it will still move on to the third part probably. I was planning to make one, but it looks like I'm gonna enjoy this more than once. Try to be very careful not to delete the upper surface, and let's put it back unless it spoils something else, at least for the time. Then I'll manage it better. So let's see. This was the way. Oh yes, this looks nice, right? Like a continuous design. Oh great, this one is better. You know, it's getting prettier and prettier. What I wanted to add here were some, let's put aside these stencils. I still will need some of them. I decided to put some photo corners, and now I don't see them in that mess. I have everything here. Do you guys keep your place that messy as I do, so that you finally can't find what you need? It's horrible, really, like really. Well, I probably will have to clean first before. Yeah, I finally have found it. Yes, here it is. Just a very simple photo corner set. I will just cut off this because they don't match the idea, and glue them to the corners. Then let's take one more. I use some more heavyweight cardstock piece, or it can be paper, to peel them off and then to fix them, because I do try to avoid touching the sticky side with my fingers, not to destroy the sticky surface. The problem is that we still need to somehow rub them closer, because all these sticky surfaces don't stick if you don't press them tightly enough. No, come here. Okay. I need to, sorry. Oh, come on. No, don't do that. I need to somehow I keep saying that all the time, to reinvent my video setting, and I have already arranged a birthday gift, ordered, let's say, and I hope the person, my husband actually, who knows about this issue, who actually suggested having a wireless mic, I hope he is clever enough to realize, in fact, what I need for the birthday gift. No rings, no diamonds. No, I just don't see the point in that. stuff. I have never been brought up in the rich way, so I just don't understand the let's say the value of gold and stuff. I just don't understand, especially decorations. But some usable things are of more value for me, especially everything connected to craft. My husband actually doesn't feel the same. He keeps giving me some makeup or stuff, perfume, but I'd prefer to have a good wireless camera or weaving loop, you know, not professional but big one. I still need to cut off some more uneven piece, although it doesn't look too horrible, but yeah, it will be better this way. Let's fix it. So this way is, I can say that it's almost done, but it's not, because I still promised some stamping. But again, I think it's enough for one video, and I'm afraid I will do the video on the last stage of this journal. I think I will add some writing, some mixed media decoration here later on in the third part of the video. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.